Hello and welcome back. I hope you have watched our previous conversation, the first part of our conversation, and I hope you liked it. And if you have some questions which you didn't get the answer in the first conversation, then you might get those questions and the answer in this video. So do watch to the end. This video is more about the temporary residence permit and what we have to do, what documents we need to apply for the temporary residence permit, and all of those questions are in this conversation. If you want to give us some feedback or suggestion or any comment, you can write it down and we'll take care of it. And if there are questions, we'll try to give the answers in the next coming video. So keep supporting and do share and like. Don't forget to use the promotions. If you have some legal issues and legal problems, you can get the 10% discount. Promotion code is our channel name, the Bliss, so you can use it. And I hope you like this conversation, so watch till the end and see you in the next conversation. So welcome you again in our second part. So first part was really good. In this part we are more talking about the temporary residence permit, especially for foreigners. So my first question will be, what are the basic documents the foreigners should prepare for the temporary residence permit?
Basic documents.
Yeah.
You're all the time talking about the basic documents, but if one document is missing, you cannot get it. So it's always a problem. So
let's say
it's always good to go to lawyer to tell you what is missing, recheck your documents, because sometimes it can be one document missing, and then you will get the negative decision, or you need to appeal. And as I told you, it takes a long time. So I think I will say about the most important. So the most important is always to pay the tax, as I told you, because they're checking your tax from 3 years behind. And it may even change, because as I told you, the rules are getting more and more straight all the time. Now, like with the students, they are asking for things they weren't asking before. Even when it goes to TRC negative decision, we're observing that before it was absolutely no problem if you were finishing your job and transferring to other, and you didn't inform the government about it. Now you can have a negative decision based on this. So the rules are getting more straight. So something that you're thinking your friend did 1 year ago, it may not apply to your situation anymore at this time. For the residency, they're checking tax for 3 years. Maybe they will be changing for more straight, and they will be checking for 5 years. So as I told before, because everything is getting like law, is very logical thing. So if you want to go for TRC, it's one thing. Then you want to go for TRC again, and then you want to be long term, and then you want to be citizen. So actually, if you're really thinking about your future in Poland or in Europe, like everything needs to be covered. Like, so you need to pay your tax, you need to pay your ZUS, because checking that in the system is not really a problem right now. You need always to have your insurance. So if it's sometime you haven't paid your insurance because you didn't work, it's good that in this time you will have a private insurance. The other thing is if you about the language certificate. I think that is like now very kind of hot topic for all the foreigners, because this rule will be changing. We don't know exactly when, because also the procedure of applying new law is taking time for government. So for now we know it will be changing. So this świadectwo from szkoła policealna, like florist, other things, it won't be applicable to get the residency
it's about
anymore.
the long-term EU long-term residence.
Yes.
Okay, let's complete the first one, the temporary residence permit, as you told before. So you told me that there are lots of important documents, including the dues and the taxes.
For temporary residents, yes.
Yeah.
So the dues and the tax are very important because that will also influence your situation for long-term residency for the future. You need also to, when you're changing your employee, you need to change your card. So you need to inform the government that you have a new employee because your card is following your situation. So if you don't have, we're saying it like a situation when you have an open access to the labor market, you need to always obtain work permit. So first goes work permit, and after the work permit, you can sign the contract. So you cannot sign with the employee the contract without having work permit.
Yeah.
That is also very important because if you sign the contract and the employee is very good, he wants to pay all your taxes and everything, but you don't have a work permit to work in his company, you're working illegally. Yeah. Even if you're paying those tax, you're working illegally because there are some expectation when you don't need a work permit. But there are really a few, especially when it goes to Nepalese people. There, of course, the rules are slightly different for people from Ukraine, Belarus, and other countries from this Eastern Bloc. They can work basically by signing that they are, willing to do this job. But most people need to have a work permit. Even people from United States, if they want to come to work in Poland, they need to have a work permit. So if you don't have a work permit, it can make you, and you start to work and you pay tax and you think everything is correct and good, but actually working illegally. So that's very important too. If you plan to change a job, you need to plan it in advance because obtaining work permit now, it can take even 3 months. As I told in the beginning, Polish government is really slow. So you need to take it in consideration when you're taking next steps if you want to do them according to the law. So according to the law, if you're changing the job, you should inform that government that you're changing this job, and you should apply to change your TRC base. And before the signing and contract, you should have work permit, then you can sign a contract and you can show to the government that you signed a contract.
Okay, I just want to add one point that if someone is working in one company, then if he wants to leave that job or quit that job, he must write a letter to the immigration office that he is quitting the job from in the specific
in 15 days from finishing contract. They should inform the government. So even in the 15 day, but to do it according to the law, maximum in 15 days they need to send it by the post office. Okay. And sending something by post office is equal to giving indirectly to the government as part of the Polish rules.
Okay, then if somebody gets the negative decision, what is his next step?
It's appeal, so they can appeal from the negative decision. Also,
within 14 days, I guess.
In the 14 days.
In the 14 days.
Yes. And it's very important. Also, you can appeal to midnight of 14 days. If there's from some reasons you cannot find a lawyer, or you're like, you won't be able to make an appeal in this 14 days, send it in 14 days, just paper with the meaning odwołanie without and your data, without any additional information, because then you can go to the lawyer and lawyer can send the additional documents and the appeal letter, but you're still in this correct date, because after you cross the date, it's for government like, okay, he didn't want to appeal, the case is finished. And after, if this appeal wouldn't work, then you can appeal to the court. So that is very important, because but to go to the court, you need first to finish appeal with the government.
Okay.
And then the court is the last step to do it.
Okay. And I just want to add one on that question. So what should be the situation for the foreigner that he or she might be deported from Poland? In what situation?
It was situation. So they can be deported if they have a
Negative decision and I think
negative decision, yes, but as I said that
after the court.
After the court, so it needs to be a court ruling about it. So it's not you are finishing on this appeal for the which you sent to the immigration, because after immigration you have also the court. But for the court, you need to really use not an agent or anything like this. You need to use the trained attorney to make it, professional. Because it's like really it's a big difference between sending this appeal on your own or by sending it by the trained lawyer. Because that it's what they are teach how to do it professionally way, and what to say to the court to change their mind about your situation and give you the positive decision, because it's still possible. So it's not like, okay, I get first negative decision, then the second negative, and it's not possible. And also the attorney can say, okay, like in this situation, it's really something we can fight. And if there is nothing you can fight, you can still extend your stay legally in Poland. And then after court will proceed it, you need to leave. So it still gives you another, I think, 9 months. But I think it's always good to fight till the end, because till you're fighting till the end, it can be always, something can change, and it can go something in the positive direction for you. So I think it's always good to finish the fight,
Yeah.
I think like in the end it cannot go more in the negative way, because as per the Polish rules, they also cannot change your decision to make your situation worse. So it can only get more positive or not really change. So it's always good to fight, yes. And in this time you can always, check another opportunities for you, and prepare yourself for the departure if that will happen.
Okay. So I think with this we are closing our second part of our conversation. So I think the audience will get lots of information regarding the temporary residence permit and what they must follow while staying in Poland. So I think it will be fruitful. So
I will mention one more thing when it goes to temporary residence. So a lot of people are actually thinking to open the company when they have temporary residence. So the thing is that even if you have a small shares in some company, but you're employed by someone, government will start to treat you as entrepreneur. And to obtain the TRC based on entrepreneur is really more complicated, because the government expecting you to have a lot of money or to make a lot of money every month. or employed two people for the like permanent contract, which is quite expensive when you can't. That minimum wage from January will be 4,066. 4,666. Then when you need to pay, ZUS tax and everything, it's quite expensive to employ two people. And you need to count also that you need to make your own money, because government is checking if you're making enough money from this company to support yourself. And then you need to pay your insurance and accountant and the office or virtual office. So that can be actually a bit challenging, and opening the company, it's not a problem, but they also have that in the registration that you're a company owner, and based on that, even if you're applying on the based on employee and everything is correct because you're performing good in your job, your employee is paying your tax, your ZUS, you can still get negative decision because government will start to treat it you as an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for your feedback as well. Thank you.